Hola, hola, beautiful people, aka the small but mighty crew. How y'all doing? Let me share my ad. Where are you guys watching from? Which country? Because you guys know we get international up in here. Thailand, we had Thailand, of course, Ghana. We always have LA. East Coast, you guys, America, North America is 50% of my watchers. So we get down internationally here. Let me share my ad and then we'll get into what we're going to talk about. Today's going to be so good. It's going to be so good. So, folks, bring your intellect. We're going to talk on a high level today. And I'm excited about it. So, let me play the ad and then we're going to get into it. Now available, ebooks and e-workbooks to mentally and emotionally prepare you to visit, repatriate, or buy land in the motherland. And the authentic handmade kente cloth I got from Kumasi, Ghana is now a home decor line made by yours truly. Get a piece of the motherland until you can visit yourself. Click the link in the... What's up, folks? We have some people already checking in. The USA, of course. And Ovidiu Iramesis. What's up? I'm assuming you're from somewhere in the motherland because that name is very authentic. It's very authentic. I had to log in to YouTube, folks. So Ovidiu, where are you from? Ovidiu. BW in the house, as always. Uh-oh, did I close you guys? Did I close you guys? Oh, folks, I thought I done shut the thing down on you. Hey, ATM, welcome. Folks, I'm supposed to have my YouTube channel ready because we're going to be sharing some videos from 2 other channels. And I was like, I need to share this with the people. Because as you guys know, my mission, I'm going to put my little captions. My mission is to bridge the emotional, educational, and what's the other one? Cultural gap for those that want to visit, repatriate, or do business in the motherland. And today we're going to talk more about the business side. We're going to touch on everything from visiting, repatriating to business, but this is kind of like the first one. I focus more on business than the others. So, Germany. Okay. So, are you a native German or you moved to Germany from somewhere on the motherland? I want to know that. North Carolina, go put your hands up. Take your shirt off. Twist around your head. That was a banger, folks. That was a banger. What rapper was that? Didn't he go to jail or something? Oh, so sad. What was his name? Sorry, folks. I'm logging into YouTube so I can share this video with you. What was his name, ATM? North Carolina. That went hard, even in LA. We went crazy over that song, to be honest. Crazy. Okay. Folks, I'm getting closer. Hang with me. I thought I was prepared, but I was not. Like videos. Boom, boom. Shorts. Okay. I'm good. All right. Petey Pablo, yes, BKOG, welcome, Petey Pablo. That song went so hard. You guys still get excited when that song plays? Because we sure did. Petey Pablo, what was the other one? Shake it fast, But watch yourself. Shake it fast. Show me what you're working with. That, folks, in my party days, I like going to house parties. That song dropped. There was no wallflowers, okay? And people were pulling out chairs. TMI? I think that was TMI. We had a time. We had a time. And folks, I only partied like freshman and sophomore year. Junior year came around and I was over it. I was like, this is the same thing every time. Why am I here doing this? But it was fun when I did it. Okay, first let's start with appreciation as always. I want to appreciate those that donate to me monthly. Team Heart, $25 a month. Angela Adams and Andrew Graham. Andrew, still don't know who you are, brother, but I appreciate you. Team Gold, Iodele, $10 a month. Thank you. BCB, amazing. Amari, I appreciate you all. And folks, look at the community highlights. These are the people that have engaged on a special level on my page. So thank you, Ya. Thank you, Jules and Tokoli. Charles III, Emmanuel, and Uncle Basil. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Comments, 90 comments, 79, 32, all that jazz. I appreciate you because without you guys, there will be no point in doing this. You hear me? There'll be no point. So thank you. Thank you. They don't play that song like that anymore. Okay. Well, just know if that were to drop in Cali, we're going crazy. We're going crazy. Okay, here's the schedule. I just did appreciation. And Big E did shout out to all the people engagement. And I talked about my mission already. So let's get right into it, guys. Bring your intellect, bring your opinions, bring your perspectives, because this is really going to help bridge the gap. You know, the emotional, mental, cultural gap. This is going to bridge it really, really good. So DeVito, and you guys know who DeVito is? DeVito, a world-renowned, actually, superstar Afrobeats artist, told the truth, folks. I don't hear a lot of people telling the truth about the state of the motherland. Very few people, and almost no celebrities, tell the truth. So we're going to have our own conversation on these two videos. Folks, it's going to be good. I can't wait because we're smart. The Small Body Crew, most of us either had land or want land or have businesses and are successful and very intellectual. So I'm excited to see what you guys have to say. So here we go. And folks, I'm going to get rid of the chat covering because I want to make sure we display what we're about to talk about. So give me a second so I can bring it up. Let me share my screen. The site will be... Here we go. Here we go. Get ready, folks. Bring your intellect, and here we go.
People want to leave America and like try to find those.
Leave America and go where?
Back home.
Let's be honest. Go back where? It's not cool back home.
It's not.
My country now is in the economy now is in shambles. Like,
but if people are leaving,
I do my part.
Yeah,
I'm an ambassador. So when I go home and I'm filming and showing, I'm not gonna show the bad parts. I ain't gonna show all the
You're
bad
not gonna try
parts.
to slum. You're not gonna show the trenches.
No, I go to the trenches.
Yeah.
I film the trenches, but I'm talking about the situation in the country.
Yeah.
We Nigerians, you know what I'm saying? Like now the exchange rate is messed up. A lot of stuff not going well. You know what I'm saying? The economy is just not good anymore. The oil prices are too high. And imagine a country that produces oil. We produce the oil and we pay more money for oil than a country that's importing the oil. You know what I'm saying? So just stuff like that. But regardless, entertainment is one of the things that's made Africa look good.
Yeah.
We do not have the best leaders. That's a fact.
So if people want to leave America and like try to find those.
Leave America and go where?
Back home.
Let's be honest. Go back where? It's not.
Folks, did you hear that? Comment in the chat what you think. right? I mean, he said several things. I'm gonna play it again and stop it where I want to and talk about it, because even though this is a short video, he said a lot. He said, leave America and go where? Because folks, especially right now, it's like pressed down our throat. Go, return to Africa, repatriate, come back to your motherland, right? And he's like, why? Why do it? And that basically, that is what we're going to talk about today. And some of you guys, you know, you want to repatriate, you want to do business. And towards the end of the live, we're going to talk strategy. And you guys know I like to talk about solutions at the end. Let's talk about it, get the issues out. But at the end of the day, we need to have a solution to everything. BK, they don't play that song. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to play it one more time and then stop it where I want to stop it.
Not cool back home.
It's not.
My country now is in the economy now is in shambles. Like
economy, folks. What he's saying, you can apply it to basically mostly West African countries, but almost every country in the States. I mean the States, country in Africa, in my opinion. Not all, but most, especially West Africa. Right? Go away.
But if okay, so if people are leaving,
I do my part.
Yeah,
I'm an ambassador. So when I go home and I'm filming and showing, I'm not gonna show the bad parts. I ain't gonna show all the
you're
bad
not gonna try
parts.
to slum. You're not gonna show the trenches.
No, I go to the trenches.
Yeah.
I film the trenches, but I'm talking about the situation in the country.
Yeah,
we Nigerians, you know what I'm saying? Like now the exchange rate is messed up.
Exchange rate, right? That's why it's important to visit first. Yes. Do your own setting, do your own due diligence, folks, because a lot of people can say whatever to you, but when you go there yourself, yeah. Okay, here we go. Oh, the opinions are flowing. Leave America and go to where it's more affordable, folks. But that affordability comes with a price. And what's that price, ATM? Repatriation is a must, Andy G says. My. Why? Folks, qualify yourselves now. We love opinions, but qualify your statements. Why is that? ATM. When you go somewhere that's more affordable, why is it more affordable? Andy G, repatriation is a must. Why is it a must? Come on and bring your brothers. All right. So that's a big deal.
A lot of stuff not going well. You know what I'm saying? The economy is just not good anymore. The oil prices are too high. And imagine a country that produces oil. We produce the oil and we pay more money for oil than a country that's importing.
Folks, same thing. One thing with Ghana and the chocolate. Ghana is the second biggest producer of cocoa in the world. Why did the president go and get almost $3 billion from the World Bank? IMF. Why? You're the supplier of cocoa to the world, Nigeria. Oil. Folks, there's something happening. What's happening? It's more affordable because of the exchange rate and the cost of living. That is correct. I think when I meant the price, the cost, there's a cost to it. There's a monetary cost to it, which is, the currency exchange. But I'm talking about lack of law and regulations, especially for single women. It's different. It's single Black women. It's different over there. So for me, yes, it was more affordable, but it wasn't safe for me. And for a lot of women, and that's a whole. I can do a live on that alone. Okay.
In the oil, you know what I'm saying? So there's stuff like that, but regardless, entertainment is one of the things that's made Africa look good.
Yeah.
Do you agree with that? entertainment, the illusion of it all, the facade makes Africa look good. Always check the Forex market price for the currency. And folks, we're going to be talking about different types of market prices as well. Ghana is getting whooped. There are the top producers of gold and chocolate. What's going on? Okay. You guys ready to get into, did I finish this video? Let me see.
Do not have the best leaders. That's a fact.
So for
now it's leadership, right? Ghana has a new president. We shall see. Okay. We shall see what happens under his leadership. I know he was president prior. So we'll see. I'm an outside looking in, folks. Here we go. Caroline. Is it Caroline? Caroline. IMF was because of coronavirus. Most countries paid stimulus into their system. The West controls pricing, and all these developing countries understand this. Yes, because remember when we did the live on the IMF loan? It's all about volatility of the currency to make it cheaper to do business in these developing countries. Yes. You can put whatever title you want on it, but it's about making things cheaper, buying low, right? Sell high. It's about margin, increasing the margin. You guys have to go to that IMF live stream. It was really good. And you can click the link and it'll send you there. The sole purpose, it's even written on their website, to make it more affordable for foreigners to come in and do business. Thank you, Caroline. Okay. Why? Too much to share here. Short summary, better quality of life. I wouldn't say for single women. Single women, entrepreneur women. I wouldn't say that across the board. Okay. All right, folks. Continue to put your comments. I'm going to my next video. And this is, folks, get ready to talk. This is probably the best this is probably the best video I've ever seen on anyone talk. Ooh, wrong one. This is probably the best video I've seen someone talk about doing business on the motherland. Ooh, let me get there, folks. Wait a second. Let me get there. What? What is it doing? Okay, let me share my screen again. If a country is in bed with the IMF and the IMF controls them and their natural resources, I think your comment cut off, BW. Get ready for the next video. Can you see it? If a country, yeah. I think you didn't finish what you're saying, BW, cut off. Okay. Hey, Spearman. It's been a while. Welcome, welcome. Okay, here we go. Now, this is the one where we're really going to talk, folks. Let's talk about it.
And imagine a country that produces oil.
Now, DeVito kept it real. He told the truth. He said, listen, I'm an ambassador to Nigeria, so I do my part. And of course, because I'm an ambassador, I have opportunities in so many words.
Let's stop right there, folks. When you are a celebrity or someone of influence, they get different treatment than Me and you, the common person. And that's a fact. Celebrity versus a common man. And that's what Kanganda is talking about. DeVito has pull. DeVito has connects. If you were to go out there, it's not the same treatment, right? And so I respect DeVito for telling the truth. He said, I'm an ambassador. It's different for me. But the common man, no sirree Bob. No sirree Bob. All right, let's continue.
Words. But the country is messed up. You know, the economy is bad. We can't even really create our own oil. So I'm telling you to get your opportunities where at staying in America. Let me kind of break that down for people who feel like DeVito was hating, because he's not hating, he's actually telling the truth. What DeVito is really trying to tell a lot of folks in the diaspora is that he has leverage and you don't, okay? Now let me just say this. You can love Africa, and yes, Africa and many African countries within Africa have opportunities in every.
Let's stop right there, folks. Right in the chat. What is leverage? You guys heard what he said? He has leverage. This is why the IMF capital lends capital to a country. Yes. Folks, we're regular citizens. Civilians. We are regular. So even though we're encouraged to go back, go invest by these celebrities and influencers and government campaigns. Who are you, though? Who are you? Do you have connections and pulls like DeVito and these other people? Ask yourself that question, okay? What is leverage, folks? Put it in the chat. What is leverage? Because he said DeVito has leverage. What is leverage? I want to know. What is leverage, folks? Because just like ATM said, we're just ordinary people. We don't know which way to go. We really don't. We're just ordinary people. Maybe we should take it slow. Take it slow. Folks, I've been saying that since I came back to YouTube. Take it slow. We got to take it slow. Because what? You will have no more money if you don't do it. So yes, question. What is leverage? Folks, I'm in a mood today. I don't even know why I'm singing this much. Hopefully it's okay with you. What is leverage? I'm going to give it a little bit more time. I know there's a delay in the chat. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, leverage. The ability to influence situations or people so you can control what happens. Ooh, isn't that a good? That's a good definition. BW, it all depends on your class. He has the capital and the business. Okay, he has leverage, folks. DeVito has leverage. So you think, how much leverage do you have? What's the level of your ability to influence situations or people so you can control what happens? What? Folks, maybe you should write this down. Say, how much leverage do I have to go to the motherland without connections and relationships, right? What is my ability to influence situations, whether it's buying land, agriculture, or the restaurant business? What is your level? What is your ability to influence people so you can control what happens? Is that not a deep question? That's so deep. Here we go. Pibo Dusa. The whole, it's not what you know, it's who you know. But I mean, do you think he is the best ambassador? Folks, think about it. All people had, Ghana, for example, all Ghana had to do was get these celebrities. Folks, it's us. We see one celebrity say one thing. We see one influencer say one thing. One president says one campaign, come back. We hopping and skipping. So it doesn't matter if he was a good ambassador or not. All they have to get is one celebrity to say one thing, and people hopping, skipping, and jumping. Oh, this is good. Andy G, your access to the US dollar. That's the next point, actually. Andy G, why are you in my notes, bro? That's the next point, right? But I love what you said, Piro Dusa. Where are you from, Piro Dusa? Your name is not familiar. The whole, it's not what you know, it's who you know. But I mean, do you think he's the best ambassador? I don't even think it matters because it's all about celebrity at this point. It's all about influence, folks. Folks, what is marketing 101? Casting images to inspire thought to control you to do something. They don't even have to get legitimate people. And I don't follow DeVito like that, but if someone's from Nigeria in the chat, is DeVito a great ambassador? You'll only you can answer that because I don't follow him like that. But I know he has what? Influence. And that's all that matters today. Because someone with enough influence can cast some words, cast a spell, if you want to call it that. You hear it, because that's what happened to me, right? Akon. Going to Ghana is like an opportunity to build New York before it was New York. Imagine being part of that. I said, "Oh, that sounds great." Yeah, you can become a Fortune 500 company, right? In 5 years. I said, "What? I'm getting my ticket." And I was there 3 months later. What? Of course I did a little bit. I did research, but I didn't research a culture. I knew my numbers. I knew what I wanted to do. But he was a key influencer in my decision to going. Wow. Thank you for saying that, P-Ro. That was a good point. Very good point. Andy G, let's talk about this. Let's talk about the U.S., actually. He's about to talk about the U.S. right now, and I love his point. From Nolans, but it's my twist on producer. Wealth comes to those that produce, not consume. Folks, I bought glasses, and I'm still over here squinting. Why? Let me put my glasses on so I don't have to look like I don't have to struggle. Okay. Here we go. Let's continue.
Every sector. It's in finance, there's opportunities in health, there's opportunity in agriculture, and maybe in the service industry if you have those skills too. So yes, there are opportunities here. But if you're moving from America, which is the highest, economy in the world, and you're coming to a place like Uganda, Ghana, Kenya, which is a very smaller economy, and the wealth distribution is not as great as it is in America, you don't have any leverage. In the rest of this video, I want to talk about leverage. In Uganda, for example, in my honest opinion, and I'm pretty sure Nigeria is the same, it's not always about how merit-based things are. In America, if you're really good at something, if you're a professional at something, and you give good service, it's easy for you to build a business. That's not always the truth here. You can be...
Ooh, did you hear that? He said, it is not the same. It's a merit-based business. What is merit-based, folks? What does that even mean? North America is merit-based. Folks, bless me in the chat. What is merit-based? He literally just said the difference between the motherland and the United States. The United States is merit-based when it comes to business. What? I love this point. Folks, I think this is the best video I've ever seen on someone telling the truth. On advising us on what to do. And it gets more better. Okay? Merit. the quality of being particularly good or worthy, especially as to deserve praise or reward. So in the States, we have the ability, if your product is better, um, if it's more affordable, you got to pick what category you want. If your product is better in quality, it can be more expensive. So people like to pay for quality. If your product is cheaper and if you can deliver quicker, those are like the top three competitions categories when it comes to business. It doesn't matter if you have leverage or not. What he's saying is merit based. Can deliver, if you can deliver, you can come up. P-Row. Is it really though? It's barely that for Black folks. ATM, I don't know what that means. P-Row, I have more opportunity here in the States than the motherland. If of course you have to look at your individual situation, but for me in my situation, I have more opportunity to succeed in the States than I do in Ghana, personally. Regarding my demographic, my gender, my vision, right? Like right now, I have to hire all men to do what I need to get done in Ghana. I don't want no. I don't have to do that here in the States. So really though, really, and I'm pretty sure people can add to it in the chat. It depends. Like I had to be more wise in my approach dealing with the motherland. So that's why I was like, well, I don't believe in being in places I'm not welcome. If I could only get results because I have to put a human being with the XY chromosome in my place, that's a problem for me. Not gonna do it. Well, I'm doing it, but I'm personally not going to be contributing to a system like that. And yes, we do have issues in the States. I'm not saying we don't have issues, but my opportunity to become successful and operate in my vision is higher for me in the States. You're talking about, I mean, the whole merit base. Yeah, so let's talk about that definition. Let's talk about the definition, then I'll get to what BW just posted. The quality of being particularly good or worthy, especially as to deserve praise or reward. So like I said earlier, if you have a product that you can make it cheaper, you can deliver it quicker, or it's a higher quality, your chances of success is very great. Especially, and if you partner it up with marketing, it's over for you. You have a great chance to succeed. So that's what a merit base is. So if I have a killer, for example, a killer cheesecake, okay, and I put in the work, I put in the advertising, I put in the marketing, and folks, you don't have to have like the number one cheesecake in the world. The market is so big in the States, you just get a slither of the market and you can become very wealthy. Okay. Africa is a mix of developing and emerging economies, rich in natural resources like gold, oil, and diamonds, but it is also facing challenges like infrastructure deficits and political instability. I mean, and this is what makes it dynamic and complex, okay? And we're going to get into it more in the video, but folks, there's so many variables you have to be willing to put in. If you're willing to be grassroots and tolerate, there's opportunity, but you have to have leverage. ATM, I have more opportunities in America. I'm telling you, I do too, right? Evaluate yourself, folks. Evaluate yourself. Okay, did I get my point across? Yes. Ooh, here we go. We're going to continue.
Be really good. You can be really on point, you can be paying on time, you can do all of those things. But if you do not have any leverage on your side, you cannot achieve anything here. So it's one thing to be good, an expert in your field, making the investments, training a staff, paying your fees, getting your work permit, and doing all of those things to be a successful business on the continent. But if you're a person that cannot get any leverage in the local market, you can't do anything. And typically,
did you hear what he said? You can be an expert. You can be excellent. You can be law abiding. But it doesn't matter without leverage in the motherland. Ooh. But it doesn't matter without leverage. I'm going to read my point. Make sure I don't miss my point. Right? It doesn't matter without leverage. Just like BW said, this was a perfect response. It's a mixture of developing and emerging economies, right? The challenges are infrastructure deficits and political instability, right? And that is why, see, there go my nose again. Folks, I don't know why I do live streams and my nose starts running. It's weird. There's so many moving parts to this thing. That's why I've been saying from day one, it's great. You just got to make it to the other side if you want to do business in the motherland. You make it to the other side, the wealth awaits you, but you have to get through development, emerging economies, infrastructure deficits, political instability. You make it through all that, it's over. Wealth awaits you. For the chances of you making it to the other side, it's not as strong as if you have what? Leverage. You guys get the point? I wouldn't mind starting over, but the one thing people aren't talking about is how they're going to make money while they are in the motherland. Folks, you guys are ahead of me, and I'm loving it. We're gonna talk about all of this. We're gonna talk about all of this. Okay, next section. Ooh, get ready for the next part, folks. Open your ears if you haven't been listening yet. Open them.
you need help in the. What does that really mean? I'm a company, all right? If I want my company to grow, I need to leverage B2B collaborations, or I need deals, maybe some long-term deals with some people in the industry that can really buy my stuff at wholesale or do things like that. But if the person doesn't want to give it to you or feel that you have enough leverage in the market to give you the opportunity, they're not going to give it to you. So you'll be here wasting your money, spending your time, and waiting for those things to develop, and it could never develop for you. And you can lose all your money. Whereas in America, if you're somebody doing the business the right way, somebody can come and notice it more because it's about meritocracy, and the word will spread like, oh, X, Y, and Z has a very good chicken business, or a very good sausage business, or a very good beef business, or a very good catering business, or a very good, production company. Then within about a year or so, or 2 years or so, as you start to get known, you might have so many clients that you can't take them all. That's the beauty of being good in America, because it's a merit base, it's meritocracy. But in Africa, you don't just need to be very good. You need to have a lot of leverage. And that's something that a lot of Americans can't really deal with. And when you're dealing in an economy that might not be the best and things are not so clear, you have to really make a name for yourself. Let me give you an example.
You really have to make a name for yourself. Okay, BW. Africa may appeal to those looking for entrepreneurial ventures, impact-driven work, or a lower cost of. That is right. What's my point here? Meritocracy. I love this, the terms he's using. Meritocracy. There's something I want to address, and you guys about to cut me, especially the faith-based folks. But if I don't say it, who's going to say it? Okay. So I'm going to say it because I don't want you guys to go through what I went through and so many other people have gone through. I have consulted and talked to people, and they're like, well, I have favor from the Lord. The Most High is going to cover me. Right? And, I just let them talk. But I'm like, that's great and all, but that's not leverage. Maybe it's leverage in the spirit, okay? And sometimes it can translate to leverage in the natural. But in business, it's principle driven. Okay? Let's see. What do you mean by principle driven? I can have all the favor in the world in the spirit. But if I don't know what I'm doing and I'm not knowledgeable and I don't do my due diligence and I don't take personal accountability for my actions, and I move or do business in a different country without leverage, without relationships, without anything, and my stuff gets stolen, my money gets scammed, where's the favor? The favor of God covers all that? No, it doesn't. Because if it did, there's a lot of things that wouldn't be happening. Ooh-wee. Folks, speak to me now. Because I think it's important to dress when you're so heavily bound that you're not earthly good. I'm just trying to bridge the gap, bridge the emotional, educational, and cultural gap. And this mentality of, oh, I have favor, so everything's going to work out for me, regardless. No. There has to be some studying. There has to be some research. There has to be some work. That's what I'm trying to say. We can't use God and spirituality as an excuse to not put in the work. That's what I'm saying. We can't do it. The Most High, I believe in God. But at the same time, I have a responsibility to do what? My due diligence. Miss, she said, girl, don't step on them toes too hard. Folks, I don't want to hit you, but I don't want to miss you. Because if I was in that mindset, I want somebody to tell me the truth. I love me some God. One day I'll tell my story in that area. But folks, my love for God didn't keep my money from being stolen. Huh? What? Can we be real? Folks, someone asked me to do a live stream on like religion and everything. Eventually I'll do it, but I gotta be ready because people are gonna come for me real hard. Because we can't be so heavenly bound that we're not earthly good. It's my responsibility to make my God look good. And my God has told me do due diligence and don't repeat what you did, Leslie. You're naive, right? Don't do a second time. And I said, got you. I got you. BW, the USA has a highly developed economy. Though economic inequality exists, Africa presents dynamic growth opportunities, but can have uneven development. That's the way I see it. I'm just keeping it real, folks. I'm keeping it 100. Hey, Rio, welcome. Okay. So, yes, that was part of, I skipped over it because I was looking through my notes too quick, but I wanted to touch on that because that's important. The Most High and favor, folks. Evaluate. Remember, we're still on earth. Okay? Let's continue. Ooh, you okay out there? we're gonna, at the end of this stream, we're gonna be so better as a community. That's why I'm here. That's the mission, folks. You can throw your virtual tomatoes and bananas at me, but guess what? We're gonna get better. Huh? We're gonna get better. Okay. Here we go. Now, really listen to this. This is for the people that really want to do business and you don't have connections yet. Okay, you don't have leverage yet. So I'm not saying don't go there and do business. You're gonna lose your money, you're gonna scam it. I'm not saying that. I'm saying you got to be strategic, right? And so he's gonna give us an example of what it is to have leverage and what you need to do to grow your leverage, to make your process high, to give your chances, to give success a higher chance for you. Okay, the greatest word in the Bible is I am. Most of the time, we are listening to I am. Okay. Oh, that comment reminded me, because I addressed this situation before, and someone put in the comment, we think it's the Most High, but it's really AI. I died at that. I was rolling so hard because he's like, some of us think it's AI. I mean, some of us think it's the Most High, but it's really AI. You Google, moving to Ghana. And AI is like, okay, she's interested in Ghana. Send her all the influencers and celebrities are talking about Ghana. And then you go on Instagram, you're on YouTube, and everything's popping up. You're like, this is my sign. No, it's AI. Oopie, that was too real? Oopie. Okay. Okay, here we go. This is an example of leverage he's giving.
Example. This guy is named Wode Maya. All right. Now, Wode Maya as a creator has the most leverage I've ever seen as an African creator. It took Wode Maya going to almost every country in Africa to build this leverage. So when Wode Maya, I brought him here, I think like last year in 2023, when he came to Uganda, he was able to meet the tourism board within 24 hours of arriving. I've been here for 6 or 7 years, and the only reason why I got to meet the tourism board is because he called me and told me to come there. I don't got no leverage here like him. Don't matter, I got the Repat podcast. It don't matter, I have other things I've done here. Hell, I helped bring him here. But Wode Maya has leverage, extreme leverage, and he can do whatever he pretty much wants in the market. If you want Wode Maya to come to your country, he can tell you, you need to have this amount of money in my account with all of this and all of my staff, or else I'm not coming. And because it's Wode Maya, they will come. But that's the only way you really can do good in Africa. And I'm tired of people telling folks you need to have relationships.
Ooh, okay. So that's an example of leverage, folks. That's an example of leverage. He built something. Wode Maya built something over 8, 9, 10 years, created leverage. And now Kinganda, the man speaking, he said he's been in Uganda for 7 years, and he had to build his leverage and still doesn't even have a leverage that to make things move. Okay. The continent youthful population and expanding middle class make it a hub for innovation and business. True. 100%. Opportunity. There's opportunity there. But now we're talking about how do we get it to translate to where it is successful for you and you don't go out there and lose your money and waste years. There's no doubt there's opportunity. Shoot, that's why I went over there, okay? Zero doubt that there's opportunity. But now, how do we be strategic and how do we plan to where we're successful and we don't lose as much money, because business is risky, we don't lose money we're not supposed to lose, okay? And we don't waste time that we're not supposed to waste. Woo! Okay, so the question, evaluate yourself. Those that are watching this that really want to do business in the motherland, do a self-evaluation. I should have told you guys to get a pen and paper. So if you don't have it, get some pen and paper, because you're going to evaluate yourself. Or after this live, you're going to evaluate yourself, right? Here we go. It's going to cut you a little bit, okay? Evaluate yourself. Who are you? Who are you? Okay? I'm not a Wode Maya, right? I am a commoner. I'm a common person, okay? I'm the first one to return to the motherland in over 400 years. Who am I? You really have to ask yourself, who are you? To think you can just hop and skip and jump over there with no leverage, with no connection, with no nothing. Ooh, I know that's good. What leverage do you have These three questions. Ask yourself: who are you? What leverage do you have? Do you see yourself as equal? Because that's important. Because if you see yourself as equal, you're not. You're not. Mm-mm. You're a foreigner in a foreign land. Okay. Once again, we're talking about the business people now. We have entered into the people that want to do business. Who are you? What leverage do you have? And do you see yourself as equal, hopping and skipping over there? Ooh, okay. Let me give you, because I asked myself this. I asked myself this even before I went to when I was in my research stage. I said, Leslie, who are you? I didn't even have a YouTube channel, and I was asking myself this. I said, who are you to think you can go over there? I was like, yeah, I haven't been over there in 400 years. So what did I do? I started researching, right? I was one YouTuber, what's his name? He built a natural sustainable community in Ghana in the mountains. Joshua, such a good page. Joshua has a good page, a channel. And he said, who do you think you are? That you think you can just come over here and do what you want? I was like, what? Because the American way is I can do whatever I want. We are the top. We are the best. What? Really? I never went to the motherland with that mentality. I never did. And so when he said that, he was like, be open to learn new cultures, be open to learn. Keep an open mind and understand you're coming from you're a foreigner coming to a different land. And I was like, So who are you folks? Who are you to hop, skip, and jump over there? Do you have an open mind to even learn a new culture? Or are you just going to do what you want? You're not going to get far like that. Let me tell you, right? What type of leverage do you have? Right? And you're not equal. And it's funny because people are like, ooh, let's get really real right now. In the eyes of God and humanity, we're all equal, created as one. Okay. Someone mentioned the marketplace. We're getting into, but in the marketplace, what is your value? Ooh, no one talks about this. What is your value in the marketplace? What do I mean by that? You can put a number on it, like, okay, well, I make this much money monthly. That's a type of marketplace. Like that's your wealth. Like, for example, I don't know if it's the same statistic, but in the States, I read this in 2007. If you don't make at least $38,000 a year, you will be more beneficial to the country. Who knows what I'm about to say? In jail. Because they have privatized and made the jail system a business. And they're like, if you don't make at least $38,000 a year, your marketplace value, if it's not at least $38,000 a year, if you're not contributing $38,000 a year in the United States, you're more valuable to be in jail because they can make $38,000 off of you in jail. And what? I was so blown after I learned that statistic. I said, oh my gosh, I got to make sure I make over $38,000. I need to be in the marketplace. In the eyes of God and humanity, we're all equal. But in the marketplace, we have different values. Oh, is that not so transparent? That's so transparent. What are the business opportunities in Africa really? Exportable goods, real estate, and services catering to foreigners. It's not making money off the locals. Everyone caters to the diaspora. Everybody. Well, let me not say everybody. It's overgeneralization. Most people cater to the diaspora. Folks, this is all about currency and money. Nothing, the foundation of it is how do we make money? How do we widen the margin? How do we get a slice of the market? People coming from the UK, people coming from the US, they have the money. So most businesses cater to what? Ghana, especially Ghana, tourism. Some of these African countries, tourism is their number one way of making money, even though they produce gold and oil and cocoa to the world. Most of these countries' money comes from tourism, right? Because they're I mean, it's so complex. I mean, that's a lot in itself. But yeah. From strategic alliances with established local or international businesses to access their resources, networking, and finance. Is that an answer to a question? I missed it. But yeah, P-Row, the opportunity is capitalizing on the diaspora. Think about it. Think about it. Let's talk about real estate. Think about it in real estate in Ghana. Anywhere in the motherland, but let's talk about Ghana. Who do they focus on? Who was the Return to Ghana campaign, Return and Beyond? It was for the foreigner to come in and invest and build. Folks, it's all about money. It goes to the highest bidder, folks. The land goes to the highest bidder. And the ones that can battle and compete is the US currency or the euro. The euro? Yeah. Or the pound. Well, and the euro too. Are we not being real right now? I'm loving this conversation. Because this is real. There's opportunity everywhere in the motherland. We get it. How do we execute that to where we don't lose money that we shouldn't lose, and we don't waste time that we shouldn't waste? That's what I'm saying. Okay, let me see. Did I finish my point? Self-evaluation, folks. Really, really ask yourself, you want to do business in the motherland? Who are you? What leverage do you have? And don't come with the mentality that, oh, we're all equal. These are my brothers and my sisters. No. If you're going over there and you have no connections, no nothing, you better understand you're not an equal. What? You're not an equal. Okay, next point. I think I put that in the, I dug deep enough on that one. Okay, share screen.
You need to make friends. You need to take this person out. That stuff that was talked about on this channel and several other people mentioned that as a way to do business here, that's bullshit. All right, I'm gonna just be honest with you. That doesn't work. I've tried that myself. I've done that. Wanna know what that does? It leads you down a road where you're getting screwed over, getting used. People are trying to divert you from your path onto somewhere else. Now, DeVito, who is a worldwide superstar everywhere in the world, you can't play him like that. He got leverage. And the person that's telling you that they got leverage and people are willing to open heaven and door for him, if that person is saying you shouldn't come to Africa right now, maybe that's something we should take into consideration. And I think I want to tell you guys the truth. The continent is a place that you can call your home, but you need to have a 5 to 10 year plan if you want to do business here. And
Folks, now we're talking about strategy. Here we go. Now we're talking about solutions. Let's talk about the solution. But one thing that he said, relationships don't matter anymore. Folks, that was one of my main things that I spoke about. It's about who you know. It's about who you know. It's about who you know. He's saying no. He even said, like, that's what he used to say too. It's about who you know. Now he's saying it's not about who you know. It's about leverage. So my question to you, why do you think it is not about relationships? Why do you think he's saying that now? Because he went to it's about relationships, right? Now he's like, it's about leverage, and that's it, right? Because he said it earlier, that relationship thing. I'll give you my example. Do I have leverage? Do I have leverage? Folks, I have made connections on a governmental level, and I still don't have my paperwork to neither. I still don't have my certificates and deeds to neither. I don't even have the paperwork to the first one, and I still don't even have the deed to the second one. And I hit 4 years in November. I don't have leverage. I just have relationships, which I'm grateful for. Don't get me wrong. I'm grateful for the relationships I have. But at the end of the day, I have paid so many people, and I still do not have what I paid for in the sector that I decided to invest in. I have relationships. I don't have leverage. Because what? I don't have what I've paid for, and it's been 4 years. Ooh, ooh. So now I know what he's saying. I said, "Oh my God! Imagine, folks. I have connection with the Yoko. I even did videos with the Yoko, the Economic and Organized Crime Office, which is equivalent to the FBI. Still don't have my paperwork to nothing. I have relationships. I don't have leverage. Is this not deep? Is this not deep? All righty. Caroline, she says, oh, no, I'm sorry. Wrong person. Miss Towns. Maybe issues with jealousy and lying, perhaps the mindset and culture of the people. Okay. So Miss Towns, you're you are responding to this question. Maybe issues with jealousy and lying. That's a good point, sis. Perhaps the mindset of the people. So the question was, why do you think it is not about relationships anymore? And Miss Town says, bring it to the chat. Maybe issues with jealousy and lying, perhaps the mindset and culture of the people. That's good. That's good. Right. The key is getting to the other side to be successful. But there's so many complexities, right? If there's a lack of law and regulations, and then someone's jealous and lying, which I've been through that too, it's like, and they have the power to give you your paperwork. I'm not gonna get it, because what? I have no leverage. So my relationship with the Yoko, my relationship with this Diaspora Affairs Office of the President, went to the Jubilee House twice. Still don't have nothing. What? Because it's about leverage now. Oh my, this is good. I think this might be my favorite live stream, because this is so freaking, yeah. Anyways, VW, I'm looking into mining and oil companies to invest in this way. I have no stress. There's a lady, what's her name? She actually has, what country is it in? Minerals. I wish I could remember her name. Goddess something. But yeah, she's actually mining now. Black woman, American woman. Yeah, American woman. She's mining now. Folks, it's there. The opportunity is there. But you need leverage. And now I believe that leverage is more important than relationships, because leverage gets you results. It gets you results, folks. Okay. So let's talk about, okay, now you're like, okay, Leslie, we get it. What can we do if we don't have leverage and we're starting at level 0? But we believe we have a vision. We want to do business in the motherland. You believe it's your calling and your assignment to repatriate and do business. Here is what he recommends.
5 to 10 years is enough time, I think, for you to establish leverage in a market that's unregulated, that you do not understand, and in many cases, the laws do not work. Don't get me wrong, I love Uganda, but see, I'm in my 7th year now. So I've learned a lot from 2017 till now. I'm in my 7th, going into my 8th year of the country. So for me, I'm not starting from scratch. But if I was starting from scratch, I would use every opportunity in my country to get US dollars. I would use every reason in my country to build a business there and to build connections that can follow you. So when you come here, you do not want to come here depending on a rocky economy. Let me.
Woo! Did you hear what he said? He said, build up yourself in the country that you're at now. Because if you're in the US or the UK, there's laws and regulations, there's establishment, there's meritocracy. Become successful where you're at now, where there's stability. Because if you're struggling to be successful in a meritocratic environment, you're gonna hop and skip and jump to a country where there is no meritocracy. There's a lack of infrastructure. It's developing. What are your chances of winning? What is your chances of winning? Does that make sense, folks? I love what he's saying. He's saying if you can't succeed or struggling, or you don't know how business works in a country where there is establishment, and then you want to go somewhere that's not established and is developing and have infrastructure issues, what are your chances of succeeding? Piro, Dusa. Relationships are a part of leverage as well. If you don't have the power, you need to have people around you that does. Piro, you're a step ahead of me, and I love it because that's what he's about to break down again. But yeah, but you understand that? If it's hard for you to make it in an established country, okay, self-evaluate. Are you going to make it in a country that is not established? That's not based on merit. That's not based on you being excellent, law-abiding, and an expert. Wow, that's such a good question, isn't it? We got to ask ourselves, folks. We must ask ourselves. Okay, next point.
Get US dollars. I would use every reason in my country to build a business there and to build connections that can follow you. So when you come here, you do not want to come here depending on a rocky economy. Let me repeat, do not come here leaving your dollars to depend on a rocky economy here in Uganda and Nigeria and any place else. You need to have your money following you to here. All right. That's one of the things I was able to do right. So
I love this point. I love this point so much because that's what I did to even get as far as I have. So my business, Vision to Reality Inc. I've been incorporated since 2014. I built up my corporate credit. I'm giving you guys an example of what he just said. I built up my corporate credit. I learned the system here in a meritocracy country, a country with infrastructure. I learned business here. I went to Ghana, right? I was naive in some areas and I didn't study the culture and I had to learn. Sometimes you just learn when you're on the ground. All right. Right. Then I learned about patriarchy and everything and how they see single women. And I'm like, oh, okay, I got it. Right. But in order for me to get at where I am now, I had to leverage my corporate credit. I'm loving this whole live stream. I had to manage my corporate credit so I can fly back and forth 6 times. If it wasn't for my corporate credit, if it wasn't for my corporation credit, I wouldn't even be able to fight how I fought and to get to where I am right now. And of course, it's also the small but mighty crew. You guys helped me get to where I am. But when it comes to finances and actually flying, right? That was my corporate credit, folks. I had to leverage my business here to make it there. Do you guys get what I'm saying? This is great. So what do you have in the country that you're in right now that can be your foundation to get you through right? The infrastructure issues, the currency volatility, the development, you see what I'm saying? What do you have in the country you live in already that can be the foundation to help you until you can leverage, meet those people, create a reputation to get to where you need to get. This is so freaking good. I love this whole thing. Yeah, because you don't want to throw away. For example, I always use what's his name? That restaurant, Jerk Soul. I always use Jerk Soul, and you can go to his page and see everything I'm saying. He, some of us are emotionally imbalanced and are excited. They're like, I'm shutting everything down. I'm going to Ghana. I'm going to the motherland. Forget y'all. This is what they call it. This is Babylon. Even though Babylon's a system and it's everywhere you go. But some people see America as Babylon, like a solely that's Babylon. I'm leaving Babylon and going to Africa. And you cut all your resources off. And then what happened to Jerk Soul, our blessed brother? He went back, right? And opened up a restaurant in Texas. Because he realized, oh, I need this currency to keep on flowing so it can continue to strengthen my foundation while I'm here in Ghana, right? So now, from the last time I seen his videos, he has a business. He brought back his business in the States, and he's still in Ghana. You don't want to cut off U.S. currency or the euro or the pound. It's not wise. And even ACD, African Century Development, the leaders of that group, the group I bought the first land through, they told me, they said, oh, you don't have to pay your credit cards. If you're repatriating, you don't have to worry about any of that. Just don't pay and that was their advice to me, folks. Don't pay your bills anymore. It doesn't matter. What? Imagine if I listened to them. And I said, yeah, I'm repatriating. Forget Babylon. I'm leaving. What? And I didn't have my corporate credit to leverage so I can do what I need to do to fight these demons, okay? To get as where I am now regarding my land. Folks, are you hearing what I'm saying? This is genius. So if you have no leverage right now, but you want to go to the motherland, get great at where you're at right now. Folks, it's not greener on the other side all the time. It's greener where you water it. So what he's saying is establish yourself, learn business in your own country where there is stability, so you can leverage that when you go to another country when there is no stability. This is so good. Okay, let's continue.
Number one, make sure your connections in America are on point. So if you have business connections there, get more. Don't deny those things in your own cities before you come here. Make sure those things are on point, because those are the things you're gonna need when you're here. Keep your credit cards, keep your American Express. Don't give that up. Get an Amazon business account when you need to send things. Don't cut that stuff off when you come here. You need all of the assets you had in America to follow you here. Now, when you're coming here, you need 5 to 10 years to build leverage, to go through all the BS, all of the people. And then you need to be able to build a business that is so good that people need to deal with you. People have to deal with you. And that's gonna come with some level of doing things for free, getting yourself in the market, getting overcharged, getting played, getting yourself out there where people have to know that, listen, now I have demand for what I'm doing. You gotta create demand for what you are doing. And
create demand for what you are doing. What are you doing? What demand can you create? Folks, this is a 5 to 10 year plan. I'm on year 4. I just completed year 4. Right? I'm on year 4. And my leverage is nowhere near what I need. So not only did the leaders of ACD, African Century Development, tell me to don't pay your bills, don't pay your credit cards, right? Now these same people are MIA in the Witness Protection Program. They're not even showing themselves in public, right? Because they misguided a whole group of people, right? And a lot of us, our money's gone. They weren't business owners in the States, folks. This is an ex-pastor living off his disability money in Ghana. Folks, who you listening to? Who are you listening to? Who are you listening to? Wow. Are we getting breakthrough? Are we getting revelation? I hope we are. I hope we are. Because that right there, when he said that about the credit cards and stuff, my mind instantly went to ACD. I said, oh my gosh. Once again, confirmation, they didn't know what they were talking about. So back to you. What is the demand you're going to create? Said he was on point. Regarding this statement, relationships are part of leverage as well. If you don't have the power you need to have people around you that does. Here we go. The Truth Serum 101. You don't escape racism by fleeing to Africa, aka the cradle of rights. Oh, the cradle of white supremacy. I never heard anyone put it that way. I like it. Some get it twisted because they don't see white faces, but Africa's systematic racism is the most severe in the world. I've said this several times, just in a different way. I call it blackface, right? We see black faces, but who's really behind it? Who's really making the money from the gold? Who's really making the money from the cocoa? Who's really making the money from the natural resources? There's black faces, right? There's black faces, but behind the black faces, it's not a black face. Okay, I gave the analogy of people come to Africa like, oh, blackness, and you think you escaped America. We're like, yeah, forget about the man's hand around her neck, right? You come to Africa, there's still a little hand around your neck, but it's just, and then you look at the wrist, there's a white hand on the wrist. Someone controlling that hand on your neck, but then you think it's black, you think it's all good, right? Talk about Babylon. Yep, I agree with him. I agree too. There's no getting away from it, folks. Babylon is a system. It's not a location. And how we don't understand that, I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. Okay. Right? So the people that want to do a business in the motherland, what demand are you going to create for yourself? Very important question. All righty, folks, we're almost done. This last piece, and then we're going to have question and answers, and then that is it.
If you can do that, then the sky is the limit. You're off the charts. But if you're going to leave America to come here or any place in Africa that you don't know, and you're going to leave that opportunity to come to something that you don't understand, you're going to lose. You need 7 to 10 years as a plan. Come first, visit, see what's up, go back, do some things for people for free. Try to get into the industry, pay people, pay for consultants, understand what you're doing. Come back and visit, keep your plan going, go back. Do that, come back again, get more acquainted, understand what you're doing. Start small, build the business up, get 1 or 2 employees, get that popping, come back. Year 2, same thing. Year 3, same thing. Now, once you start doing very good and you start knowing that while your stuff is in America building up and you're doing good here on the continent, now you have leverage. So when you come into the market, people are like, oh man, we need to buy from this guy. He has this quality of product. We need to do that. He has that quality of product. We know the business. You don't want to start from ground zero and everything here because you'll lose everything. And I think that's what he's saying. So please be appreciative of what you have.
Isn't that good? Folks, 6 trips to Ghana. Basically what he said, folks, I didn't know I was already doing this, not knowing that's what I was doing, creating leverage. 6 times. And every time I went to Ghana, I built relationships, learned more, increased my leverage. Now, I'm on year 4. So I'm not close to year 10, 7 or 10, okay? Where I will be in year 10, I can see it in the spirit of my mind, right? And it's going to be beautiful, but I'm not there yet. So now I understand, oh my goodness. What I'm doing now, I'm creating leverage. I didn't know what I was doing. I just knew I wasn't going to walk away from my money. But as he broke that down, I said, I'm literally doing that. Each time I went, I met new people. The coconut hut is really when it changed for me, because now people are looking at me like, she's living like we're living. Who is she? What? She's going through all this? Let's bring people into her path to help her. You guys see what I'm saying? I'm literally an example of what he's saying, but I'm just on year 4, right? And I still don't have the leverage to get what I paid for, okay? But folks, I guess look, those that want to join the journey that you've been with me, we'll see where we're at in year 10. Because based on what he's saying, I'm almost halfway, okay? Where are you in your journey if you want to do business in the motherland? Where are you when it comes to establishing your leverage? And just like Pawa, did I say your name right? Just like Pawa said, let me go to his comment. Relationships are a part of leverage as well. If you don't have the power you need to have people around you, that does. So yeah, I'm at that relationship stage. Folks, I thought being connected with Yoko and the Diaspora Office of the President and the Foreign Affairs and Ministry, I thought that was enough. I thought those relationships were enough. But no, right? So yes, relationships is still important, but now leverage. And so what he's saying is, he's talking about if you don't have any connections, creating leverage for yourself is a way to enter the market. Now, he did mention build relationships, but his thing is having leverage, creating a demand that is so strong for yourself and having a backing from your home country that at that point, no one can ignore you. Ooh-wee. So good. Okay. Black Wolf, are you investing through the stock exchange? Yes, he is. P-Row. LOL. Fortunately, I've been making money through the internet since Compersive. What's Compersive? CompuServe? And I'm glad you brought that up, because that's my thing now. I realized that my leverage, how I'm going to establish my leverage, is doing this community service, folks. When I realized, I was like, oh my gosh, this is 2024. I physically do not need to be on the motherland to contribute to the community. Ooh, we have the virtual world now. That changes the game. Folks, it's called globalization. We can be anywhere in the world and create demand and make money without even physically being there. Ooh-wee. If you want to know what I'm doing, all I'm doing is community service, right? And through this community service, building community for leverage. If you've been with me for a while, I had a video and I talked about how I wanted our channel to be a virtual hub to where we network within ourselves. Folks, I don't need to be in Ghana to do that. We can do this virtually. For example, now people reach out to me because they want a lawyer. I just refer them to the lawyer. People reach out to me because they want a surveyor. Now I refer them to a surveyor. People want to know, I want to be EQ ready. Boom, ebook. The due diligence process, how to buy, The due diligence process. Yeah, how to buy a guide to buying land in Ghana. Boom, ebook. It's all virtual. Do you guys see? Do you guys understand what I'm saying? That's why I love that you brought up that comment, Polu. You can establish yourself in the second heaven. Ooh. Okay, talk about spiritually bound. Okay, comprehensive is am I even saying that right? CompuServe or comprehensive? Predated AOL. That's how you comprehensive is from the early days of the internet. I'm gonna start saying, if it's not comprehensive, I'm gonna start saying comprehensive because that's funny to me. Okay, a WhatsApp group will help for better networking among ourselves. Yeah, I'm not ready for that level. I came from a WhatsApp group, and it got ghetto. Okay, it got ghetto. So eventually, it's gonna be a virtual hub to where it won't be too close of connection. That's just too close of a connection for me. But there's ways we can do that without actually being, knowing each other's numbers. Because folks, we got to filter. We're some crazy people. And I don't just want anyone in the WhatsApp. But I do understand what you're talking about, Afro Talk. Yes. But yeah. So if you want to know, Leslie, what are you doing? Just building leverage. The best way to make capital is on the internet. AI is taking over many industries. Yeah. Folks, there's no secret here of what I'm doing. Okay. Let's finish this video.
Have in the US or in Britain or any other country a product. We know the business. You don't want to start from ground zero and everything here because you'll lose everything. And I think that's what he's saying. So please be appreciative of what you have in the US or in Britain or any other country and work very, very, very hard and diligently to give yourself an opportunity and not be romanticized and just come over here and lose everything, because that can easily happen. And I don't want that to happen to you. So guys, what do you think?
Romanticize. Isn't that the whole mission of my channel now? Taking off those rose-colored glasses, and looking at this from an intelligent, strategic mindset. Because yes, we know there's opportunity. Yes, we know the opportunity. They're young. It's a development or emerging market. We get it. Now it's time to talk about being strategic and having leverage, right? Appreciating where you're at now, right? And developing where you're at now so you can build a foundation to handle instability. That's it, folks. That's it. What did I write here? Yeah, that's it. Maximize the meritocracy, which is the foundation to upkeep you until you have the leverage. That 5 to 10-year plan. But what did he say? He said, visit first. And that's where I come in. Travel personality. I strongly suggest you take your travel personality quiz. It's free. Link in the description box. Find out what type of traveler you are. So when you go to these countries, you can experience and have a great experience and be ready and be emotionally prepared, right? And if you want to repatriate, are you repatriate ready? Link to that quiz in the description box as well. Take that quiz and see if you're repatriation ready. And if you're not, it'll give you a breakdown of what you need to do to become patriation ready, folks. And my third ebook, which is not out yet, is actually, are you business ready? Are you ready to do business in the motherland? Folks, it's halfway written. I'm not done yet. It's really good. Like, BW, you're going to love this book. Yeah, that's on its way. Because now it's all about strategy. Okay, folks. I've said all I wanted to say. Now is the question time. If you have any questions, put in the chat. Let me take off the share screen so we can see. And I love this, BW. The best way to make capital is on the internet. AI is taking over many industries. Folks, do you understand? Me building my leverage is me putting a camera to my face and sharing my journey. Folks, this is not some untouchable thing we're talking about. Technology has changed the game and even the playing field. Right? If you're in the creator space, podcasting, YouTube videos. What else is out there? You can do a faceless YouTube channel. What else? Writing. That's a big one. If you're a writer, if you're creative, you can create leverage and create a name for yourself. I see 50% of the world's population will be unemployed by 2030 because of AI. Folks, it's transition time. Excuse me. We went from the industrial age to the information age. That was a big transition. A lot of people lost their jobs. Because what we needed hands for, we had mechanics now. And we have robots doing things for us, which eliminated a lot of jobs, especially Detroit. Isn't that crazy? Now this AI and technology, folks, if you don't tap into your calling and tap into your godness, you're gonna be competing with an image and then an illusion. Isn't that crazy? You're gonna be competing with AI. Do you think travel advisories, warnings on traveling to certain countries in Africa might be exaggerating? Oh yeah, of course. Folks, do you know I've never got any of those you gotta take the malaria pills, you gotta take no. People are like, oh, so what did you take, Leslie? Nothing. Oh, I did take the yellow fever when I arrived. That was $20 at the airport in Ghana. That's the only thing I took. Everything else, no. And I never got sick, folks. I think that's what you're talking about, right? All the stuff they tell us. Now, if it's obvious and the country's in turmoil, don't hop and skip and jump over there, okay? If they just had a coup, don't go. But for the most part, I mean, the internet has even the playing field to where even people exaggerating, we can defunct that exaggeration at that very moment by going to Instagram or going to someone's channel. People that are living there at the very moment, seeing what they're doing. Like, yeah. You're afraid of a malaria? Folks, I was in that coconut hut. I didn't take not one malaria pill, not nothing. And I lived in Ghana collectively for 10 months. Folks, there was no cover. The only coverage I had was some coconut leaves. For those I don't know, let me share with you. I was living in this. What? Malaria who? Does it exist? Yes. But I didn't get it in the 10 months I lived out there. Well, I only lived in this coconut hut for about 33 days. But yeah, malaria is everywhere. I mean, the bugs are everywhere. Well, Detroit, like every urban area, was destroyed by white flight and jobs moving to the suburbs to support them. Black folks just never figured out to stop chasing them. It was still a shift. It was a shift, folks, from what was before the industrial age? Do you know? Off-grid living. Yeah, I lived off-grid. Do you guys know what was before the industrial age? It went from the industrial age to information age. Is someone living in the coconut hut? Oh no, the coconut hut is done for. I had someone living there. They lived there for about 8 months. He was my caretaker. He had to go, folks. He had to go. And so as he went, so did the coconut hut. South Africa has been showcased lately as a soft landing for the diaspora to travel and to do business. Stop. Oh, for sure. Folks, we don't even need a visa to go to South Africa. That's how colonized it is. That's the only word that came to my head. It's literally like, oh, you just walk across the water and you can experience similarity to the States or to Europe. So a lot of people that want to go to Africa, but they want to experience kind of like bougie, like I want to go to Africa, but I still want the bouginess. South Africa is the place to go purely because of development, and you don't need a visa. So, yes, soft landing place, I totally agree. Miss Towns. Because if you don't need a visa, that's basically they're saying, come here, come here. You don't need a visa. Come here. Any other questions, folks? Thanks for hanging with me. This was fun. I think this was my favorite live stream because, folks, I just love information. And when people give quality advice, I love that. So, shout out to TT General, which was the first featured video. Shout out to Kangandu. The links to both of the videos are in my description box, so you can watch it on your own without any interruptions. But, folks, this was this catered more to if you want to start a business in the motherland. Yep. Yep. South Africa is also part of the BRICS. Well, that makes sense. It makes sense. So, folks, I want to end with this. Remember, I'm creating leverage. How are you going to create your leverage? Okay, to increase your chances of success. This is how I'm doing it. My mission: bridge the emotional, educational, and cultural gap for those who want to visit, repatriate, or do business in the motherland. So, how am I doing? Am I doing a good job? Your channel is like a master class. Well, thank you. Okay, then I'm doing a great job then. Oh, that really touched my heart. Thank you, Afro Talk. Yes, that's what I'm doing, folks. What is there a demand for what I'm doing? Right? What demand are you going to create for yourself? What avenue, what asset, what are you going to bring if you want to contribute to the motherland? What's your demand? Right? Who are you? Who are you? What's your leverage? Oh my gosh, I'm getting hyped. Like I was already hyped, but I'm getting more hyped because the more I think about it, the more I say it, the more like a revelation I'm getting. And yeah, who are you? What's your leverage? And how are you taking advantage of the country that you're already in now that is established? That was so deep to me. When he said that, I said, "Oh, it's a wrap," because that's exactly what I did. I leveraged my corporation's credit so I can do what I need to do in Ghana until I've done all I could do. And that's why I have no regrets. Now it's just, I need to create more leverage for myself so I don't never have to go through this again. So good. Okay, folks, I'm done. I have nothing else to say. I'll give it another 30 seconds because I know there's a delay in the chat. But I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. I had fun. You saying that this is a master class, you just made my day. Thank you, Afro Talk. Speaking of master class, eventually I will be coming out with a online course. You guys are so precious. The Small and Mighty crew, you guys email me. Of course, I talk to you guys if you guys email me. And one person was like, you need to create a course. You need to start making money for the knowledge you know, which I agree. But what did he say? I have no leverage yet. So there's certain things I'm doing for free. Right? The question is, who are you? I ask myself, Leslie, who are you? To think that you can just make money just because you want to make money. No, who are you? What's your demand? What's your marketplace value? Folks, I'm about to shout, right? In the eyes of God and humanity, we are equal. But in the marketplace, we are not equal. Who are you? What leverage do you have? What demand have you created to where people can undeniably choose you for their business? and call your channel a masterclass. Come on. Okay, guys, I'm just talking and enjoying myself now. I appreciate you guys. Till next time, who are you? What's your demand? And what are you doing to maximize where you're at right now? See you guys later. Love y'all.